And we do have a go in the IRC channel, so we should be getting started here pretty soon. Let's see how the start screen treats these guys. Oh, basically the worst possible.
This is where I started last night.
That's good, though. We got a hint screen right to the left of start, so that's good.
They're not cheap, but you can save and borrow the hints.
Yeah, pretty expensive for sure. Looking at nearly about 130 rupees in that whole group.
For anyone who's not watched a Dragondarch Zelda Randomizer race before, you'll notice he has some different sprites. He's using a sprite set based on the Legacy of the Wizard.
That is correct. So you will see different things, but they actually all match up pretty well, so it's pretty nifty.
We have Dark Nuts on the Overworld, it looks like.
Yeah, it's can be very frustrating until you can get a sword. Them narrow paths with red, like the blue Dark Nuts and such, can be pretty difficult to navigate.
Level 2 for Dragondarch.
Looks like Wizrobes and Garia.
Catastrophe's in there as well.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Free game.
Immediate ladder. What I would give to have that.
Right? Yeah, anytime you get an early ladder like that, it's really nice. It doesn't make the seed free, but you've now pretty much eliminated, all the problems that come with ladder blocks and backtracking, and on top of that, you've basically set yourself up to get at least one free item in addition to the Armos item, because you could go grab the ladder heart.
Yeah, I would imagine he'll go look for that coast item sometime soon here.
I would imagine at the first up and A or first death, I would go screen scroll and just see what it is. It'd be the quickest way to get over there.
Yeah, he might look for the Armos item here first. Oh, and a terrible big secret.
Oh, yeah. Well, those hints might... Well, the good thing is that since it's right by start, you could just up and A 3 times and be okay.
Yeah, that is true. He could borrow those hints now. That big secret can go from 50 to 150, so at 54 we are 4 away from as small as it can get.
Yeah, the pay doors aren't too bad. 17 rupees is actually below normal, so still not great to run into those, but they're not as punishing as they could be. They could go up to 30, which is really bad. Or is it 30, 25?
15 to 25.
Yeah, 25, my bad.
31, so slightly above average on the mid secret.
Unfortunately, these screens that can be really, really difficult with the blue Dark Nuts, we haven't ran into any of those yet. Level 7 here at Vanilla 1. Bet you wish you had some keys.
Still no sword sighting.
And this too has Wizrobes. How fun. Yeah, Dragondarch on one of those screens where Lionels and Dark Nuts together make for a good party. So for the most part, these guys are routing exactly the same. Dragondarch did go towards the Blue Ring Armos, whereas Catastrophe has not done that, but is still routing very well here.
Generally in the early game, you're looking for 2 things. You are looking for a sword, the wooden sword, and then you're looking for the Armos item. Those are kind of your free things at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and in this case, getting over to the coast as well. So Dragondarch, finding the same information there that Catastrophe did, is just going to go ahead and make his way out of level 7 for now.
Goes Catastrophe looking for the Lost Hills Armos. Oh, and we have a silver arrow.
Very nice.
That is one of the items we are required to get to finish the game. The other being a bow so that we can fire that arrow.
Yeah, I mean, once you find the bow here, you're pretty much in go mode unless you need to get a hold of the power bracelet recorder or raft. So nice find. And he's able to buy a candle, so
yeah, that's
gonna have
price.
That as well.
It's a good price for a candle.
So yeah, we did see a route divergence here. Dragondarch making his way over towards the grave, and Catastrophe heading towards the forest. So we'll see if the sword ends up being to the east or the west.
5 rupee small secret. Level 8 in the forest.
Nice free bombs. And a white sword!
And a white sword.
Oh, man. Holy cow. And level 4 over in the grave for Dragondarch here. Wow, what a find for Catastrophe. I mean, that just that makes you feel good, because now you just eliminated the need to deal with looking for the cave at all. So that's awesome.
Yep, now it's time to start diving dungeons and picking up Triforce pieces.
Digdogger gazes at the grave, so we've also got 5 over here as well. And we know Aquamentus is by a lake.
Four at the natural level 6 spot. If you pick up wood sword after white, nothing happens. You retain the white sword because it's a higher level item. Just like if you were to pick up the wooden boomerang after picking up the magical.
And the second item is the red candle. So you would have, kind of overlapping. You needed the candle to get here, but still super nice to pick up early in the game. So equip both items and possibly needing to take that staircase if this is a segmented 8. Which will come back to, how much practice Catastrophe has done thus far in shapes to determine, if he knows that he needs to start taking staircases when bomb walls aren't appearing.
Yeah, shapes as an option is not quite a year old, actually.
Wow. And there's the sword. Right north of the silver arrows.
Just a heart on the coast.
So both these guys taking the indie roads here. I don't know that Dragondarch got to that Armos to pick up the silver arrows. Obviously, at some point, he will do so. And Catastrophe takes a death from the fantastic Lynels, everybody's favorite overworld enemy. Well, how about that for fun? You got a hint shop to the left and a money-making game to the right there.
Oh, I would have saved before doing that. Or did he?
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's disaster. Oh, that's unfortunate for Catastrophe.
I think he must have thought he saved instead of continuing there.
Oh man. I've done it before.
I've had a game crash and lose 50 minutes of progress in a seed once.
Yeah, I retried on a race the other day and lost 35 minutes. It is not a good feeling.
I think the most I've retried and kept going is about 22 minutes.
You have a recorder find in level 3 here for Dragondarch as well, so he does pick that up. That's unfortunate. Fortunately, he knows where to go to get the white sword. He knows where to go to get a candle, but the question is, does he have the money? Does he remember where the secrets are to pick up the candle? Because I don't think he ever found where the wood sword was. He does have to pick up blue candle, because blue candle is on under the burn bush. So blue candle is required. He's trying to get up here, and unfortunately takes a death, trying to get by to get to the fairy fountain there. Oh, man. I would be tilted. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, that hurts.
Had a very good start, too. Let's hope that he remembers to go back to level 2 to pick up that ladder. If he hasn't done so already, I don't know if he went back. Meanwhile, Dragondarch making his way through this level 3. That's quite the interesting shape there.
Any suggestions beside a cactus? Ooh, and Catastrophe dies on that screen just 2 screens south of the forest fountain.
A machine gun turret? Yeah, unfortunately, Catastrophe having a much rougher go this time around getting through the overworld. It doesn't look like he's apt at screen scrolling, so unfortunately having to deal with these dark nut screens, and it's really taking its toll. Yeah, just like that. They have no cares. They just run into you, and there's not a lot you can do about it without a sword. Meanwhile, Dragondarch also picks up a candle, and is going to shortly find level 8 along with the white sword.
He immediately...
Yeah, he's going to pirouette that door.
Oh, there we go. Open up that right-hand door. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to respond to chat there, as far as the tilt goes, I know I would be tilted. I mean, quite the start. He does actually execute a screen scroll, which is fantastic to see that he can do that, because that will make it much easier to get through. But he had a white sword, he had the red candle, he was on fire, found the silvers, had the ladder, and now he hasn't even gone back to 2 to pick up the ladder, which is just 1 screen to the right. He's died 5 or 6 times on the overworld. It's a frustrating feeling as a runner, especially in a race, to lose progress and realize that now all of a sudden it's like you started 10 minutes later. And not to mention, these screens are just dastardly to navigate. There's Lionels and Dark Nuts on nearly every single screen, and they do tons of damage.
Lionels and Dark Nuts living together.
And the white sword, or the white wand here in the case of
the blue
Dragondarch.
The blue lollipop.
Blue lollipop. No, the tracker has not been re-updated, unfortunately. So we'll see what Dragondarch does here. I assume that he's going to take this staircase. It looks like it's just a 5-room bottom and then a segmented portion for the rest of it here. Yeah, Sword of Super Saiyan, Dragondarch has got a monumental lead. Just off of the fact that the retry happened. So, I mean, it was 9 minutes, 15 seconds just from that. And at this point, Catastrophe's just been trying to get back to where he was and hasn't been able to. what really ends up killing me when I hit retries is I don't mark down where rupee or like, you know, where secrets are. I don't mark down where heart containers are. I just cross them off because I'm not ever going to go back there. So if I hit retry, I'm always just trying to go through my head on where the heck everything was. And hopefully he's been tracking those sort of things, and he could get back where he needs to quickly. Also seems like we've got a bit of a freeze over on his side. I'm not sure if it's a freeze or a pause, but it looks like the timer's not running either. So looks like the stream is frozen. So we'll get that resolved as soon as possible, and we'll see where he's gotten back to.
Meanwhile, Dragondarch picks up his second Triforce piece from level 8.
Yeah, fairly quick level 8 there. Can be a monstrous dungeon to deal with, and fortunately got out of there quickly.
We never found a map, but from the look of things, it looked like it was a segmented setup there with a small bit in the lower right and then probably a larger bit in the top left.
Yeah. And it looks like, unfortunately, Catastrophe had another death. He doesn't go get the ladder, though. He must have forgot the ladder was in 2.
Oh,
he's going back in now. He must have heard me. Thank goodness. Especially if it's something, at this point, we don't know what could be on the coast, but if it's a red ring or something like that, it could be a big deal.
I believe it was just the heart container.
Oh, the heart container, you're right. We did see that. 2 rupee bombs, though, for Dragondarch. Very nice find. And by level 9 to boot, so even better. And Cyberchow, that is in fact a crown. It is the Legacy of the Wizard crown. It's kind of like the crown from the English royalty. It's got like the big jewels and like the metal, wavy things, and then the felt in between.
Somehow there are 8 of those in this game, when in Legacy of the Wizard there's only 4 of them.
It's magic. It's a better game, so it's twice as good.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, there we go.
So you get twice as many. Somebody is going to hate me for that comment, but they'll be all right.
Oh! Another death for Catastrophe on the Overworld.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's super unfortunate because he got through everything, had a red candle, had a sword, and was rocking it. And now it's just like he's got in this bad loop of hitting the bad screens. I think, never mind, I was going to say he might screen scroll over and do a world wrap and just avoid all this junk, but it looks like he's going to go this way again. It's just every screen is Lionels and Dark Nuts. It's hard to navigate. Dragondarch finding another medium secret. So far, Dragondarch does know where 7 and 4 are. He's got good equipment now to deal with that. Obviously, probably wants to find maybe a few more hearts before trying to deal with the Wizrobes, but for now, just going to keep exploring and see if he can find levels 1 and... he's already found 2, so level 1 and, level 5.
He should hopefully be soon getting to that silver arrow.
Yeah, that'll be quite the pickup for him. Knowing you're just a bow from go mode. Potentially. Barring any blocks. Yeah, J-Lo, what the situation was is that the start is the far southwest corner. There is actually a hint cave directly west of start, and he bombed and found a money-making game on the start screen. And he thought that he saved, and so after he lost, he hit retry, and unfortunately lost all progress.
It was about 9 minutes in, I would say.
Yeah, this is just a deadly loop. No feat of strength will save the princess.
So there's one item down that we don't need. There's the item we don't need.
Thanks, game. Oh, man.
There's some old news.
Thanks, game. Very nice. Appreciate the help. Maybe the ones by start will be a little bit better, but at this point, you're just hoping for a bow hint, really. Red Ring would obviously be nice, but if it's in one of the later dungeons, I personally am not going to spend time digging it. Just because I don't want to waste the time most of the time in the races.
Ooh, 2-cent bombs.
Yeah, there's one of those right by level 9 as well, so it makes it super easy later on if you need bombs. So Dragondarch does have that candle now, so he should be able to, the next time that he either dies or up in A's, he can make his way through the Deadwoods in the start area. But level 6 here, Vanilla level 5. All right, Catastrophe has gotten his candle again and is going to make his way back to level 8, hopefully. Oh, he dodges the sword. He gets in. He's going to get his sword back. All right, so Catastrophe going to start making some progress now. As soon as he gets back to the white sword. Oh, man, Wizrobe's in 6 too. Holy cow. That's what, 3 Wizrobe dungeons now? That's pretty crazy. All right, now he's got his sword. Progress will be made. Nice mix. Gypto's blue Wizrobes and blue Gorilla.
Sprinkle on a few Stalfos.
Yes, those are Stalfos. My bad. Got confused on the sprites for a second. Nice! So that is a good hint.
Keys have not been... Well, we haven't spent a whole lot of time in dungeons, but keys haven't been so generous thus far.
Thus far, looks like a fun level 6. Dragondarch giving up on the double clip, as unfortunately another game over occurs for Catastrophe. He doesn't actually save. He could go check all the hints, and now he's going to do it. So awesome! We'll get to see the other hints. So we'll see if this ends up giving him any kind of advantage. Well, don't want to deal with 5. Old news. Thanks, game. And another staircase here for Dragondarch, which means that we've actually got a segment in 6. Nice!
Oh, there we go. There's our bow.
So in theory, he is in go mode. He just needs to go pick up those silvers, find the bow in 4, and then just get the heck out of Dodge everywhere else.
He hasn't been up to the grave yet, so he doesn't know where 4 is.
I've just got triple jows. I don't know. Did he pick up the silvers while he was back up there? I don't think he did.
I don't believe he did.
Be nice to have when you get the bow for sure. Ah, Dragondarch taking the death of these wizards. That's the real the difficult part that we've got going on here. This is the third dungeon. I think 2 and 4 were the other ones that are just packed full of wizards.
The small fox things are the Gria sprite in this particular sprite set.
It's a bird. It's a plane. Let's play the Dragondarch sprite guessing game.
It's always fun seeing this sprite set for the first time.
I remember when they pulled it out. It was amazing. And it's always cool to see because, it's just, I believe, him and Matrick that have got access to the sprite set. So it's pretty cool. And they even got matched up last tournament, out of all things. It was ridiculous.
That must have been a fun race to call.
It was! I just wish Matrick would have got the magic sword on the start screen. I'll never let him live that down. Dragondarch taking another death in the Triforce room. He's trying to get into that item staircase, I believe. The worst, the most troll room in the game is that room right there. Because for me, I've started learning I need to go check the Triforce just in case. It's that room right there. I'm still waiting for that one to appear in level 1. So that you have an item on the floor in the corner and the item in the staircase in the same room. Because that would just be awesome.
I believe I've actually had that happen.
Just be like, okay, cool.
Double item room. It's actually a good feeling.
Except for when it's both boomerangs, right?
Yeah, right.
Or the blue boomerang in the book, and you're just kind of like, why? Though actually, honestly, in my opinion, the value of those two items goes up a lot depending on what gets shuffled into the dungeons. If you get Lionels into your dungeons, Boomerang and Book can be really, really good.
Yeah, I can see them having a fair bit of value there.
Let's see if we can get this. Okay, he got him down. Now we can clip in and see what we got in 6 here. Oh, man, Red Ring. That's what you want to find.
Not just double defense, quad defense.
Yeah, so essentially has 28 hearts now. And does pick up the Triforce as well. Red Ring and Triforce in the same room. That's a pretty good feeling. No Thalphon, it does not. In fact, if they're placed on the Overworld, they cannot be in dungeons at all. So the fact that we see Dark Nuts on the Overworld means that they will never be in a dungeon. So you could get some you could either get some really hard or really interesting or really easy mixes. Like, for instance, if you get Dark Nuts and Wizrobes mixed out in place of Tektites and I'm forgetting the other one that's not Lionels, Moblins, it actually makes it really, really easy because the hardest enemy you really got to deal with is like a Pole's Voice. So there's Angaria. So it makes for some interesting options. But when you get Lionels mixed in and nothing else, and it's in place of like Stalfos or something, all of a sudden your game becomes exponentially harder depending on how they all get mixed together. And no keys for Catastrophe here is unfortunately going to be locked in this room. It does get the heart container.
He clips up to grab it and kill those two Moblins, and then he has to clip back down to get out of the room.
Yes, indeed. And we will find the hints over here on Dragondarch's side. So he's going to go know right where to go, and basically is in go mode at this point. He knows where level 4 is, just has to locate those last few dungeons. It's nice to see that Catastrophe can do these clips. Probably just a tad rusty. Again, I don't know how much practice that he's done As we stated before, we haven't seen him in nearly 2 years, so it's really awesome to see him show up in this tournament. And I honestly feel like as the weeks come, even if he loses this particular match, he's going to be somebody to really look out for as the weeks go on and he starts to get his groove back.
Looks like he's key blocked out of the rest of 4, so he's taken off from there.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. I don't think he hasn't found the magic key hint, but for me, even though I know where 4 is, I know the bow's there. Knowing how the key situation can develop sometimes in shapes, I'm probably going to be trying to find level 1 so I can get that magic key.
He immediately finds 5 and starts building back up his keys.
Yeah, Thelfon, I firmly believe that by round 3, we're going to have extremely even matchups. So even if you're 0-2 in the 3rd round, all you still got to do is win 2 games to make yourself into that play-in race. And if you play well enough and win all 3, you still make it through the bracket stage. So, even if you go 0-2, don't be discouraged. If you get a couple of bad matchups, there's still plenty of opportunity to make a comeback and make it to the bracket stage.
Dragondarch back in 2, probably looking for the Triforce at this point.
Yeah, I mean, with Red Ring and White Sword, at this point, the Wizrobes aren't too much of an issue. That was a cool phase. Right up to the corner of the room and right back diagonally. Key still being an issue here for a Catastrophe, unfortunately. Everywhere he goes, it's a key door. He did find the item there in 5. It was the Bloomerang, and he does find the Triforce, so he's going to get through a pretty quick 5 here. Very nice. Fortunately, Power Bracelet, as we found out before, was not required. As I don't know that he... Was he the one that picked up? I think he's the one that picked up the hint. Or maybe it was Dragondarch. I don't remember. Might have been Dragondarch that got the hint for no Power Bracelet.
No, I believe he picked up the hints in the northeast there. I'm not sure Dragondarch has seen... No, I think it's the other way around. I think Dragondarch has seen those.
Yeah, I believe Dragondarch. So Catastrophe doesn't have that information. It's going to be the first one to check Death Mountain here. We'll see if we find a level 1 up here. I think that's the last one we're missing, yeah?
Yeah, that's... Nobody's hit West... Well, Catastrophe's hitting West Death Mountain now, so I'm wondering if we'll see it up here.
And the White Sword Cave hint. And the White Sword... Oh, wow. Way to play that game, guys. We're going to play hide and seek, and I'm going to be the screen below you. So the raft is picked up here for Dragondarch out of the White Sword Cave. A key for 60, though. That's a really good price.
That's as low as it can go.
More monies. I'm really hoping that Catastrophe will be able to make it in for an interview, because I'd like to talk to him about how much preparation he's had, because, again, I think once he gets his groove down, he's going to be somebody to look out for. Especially if you're just coming back to the game with shapes, and now especially the Overworld shuffle, it can be extremely difficult to deal with, in comparison to back when he was playing. It was Pandemonium, and I think maybe early Maelstrom. So, it was mostly just cave shuffle and item shuffle. There wasn't a lot else going on, and now you've got all these new crazy things that are happening. So it can take a bit to get used to. So Dragondarch in level 7 now, has his 3 keys. He's going to go ahead and probably use those, knowing that level 1 contains the magic key, and he will hopefully have access to that pretty easily.
Still no sighting on level 1.
Have we burned right by start or bombed by start? I don't think we have.
No, probably not. I don't think we had any of those. when we went through there originally.
And the smaller blue lollipop, the one that's been eaten already. The one that can answer how many licks it takes to get to the center. So nice little pickup there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to help out too much with the intermixed Wizrobes. Again, yet another dungeon that's just sporting the blue Wizrobes. They might just be in every single set, which is always fun to deal with. Med Captain, yeah, it's nice for the dungeons, but at the same time, it's also been a bit of a hazard on the overworld. And a bomb upgrade, 83 rupees for 5 for Dragondarch, so that is a fantastic pickup.
Good deal.
And Catastrophe does find a bomb shop to replenish his bombs as well, so able to make his way through the rest of Death Mountain without needing to farm some bombs from something. It's level 7 proving to be quite the maze. I love when we see Rupee spawn like that.
And here we go, at the forgotten spot, level 1.
The guitar screen. The sad song it plays when you forget about it. Ooh, early Triforce, but he's want to look for the item, which for him is really good, because if he finds that magical key, he's going to be really happy.
Ooh, we have a segment gap in 1.
I bet you like some staircases. Oh my goodness.
Another segment gap in 1.
That's a double segment. Oh, wow. So 3 parts to this level 1. The game knows how to troll, that's for sure. I'm interested to see the map. I hope he finds it.
I hope so too.
I really enjoy seeing this. We had at one point a 4-segmented level 1, which is, nuts. So, I mean, the question is, does he know what to do here? Because chances are you're not being able to bomb anywhere.
If he hasn't played a lot,
take the staircases.
Yeah, if he hasn't played a lot of shapes, he won't. He may not know that seeing these transport stairs in level 1 means that there's another segment out there that he can't get to, but by going through these staircases.
Yeah, and there have been times where it just goes to a single room, which sucks, but like this.
Like this.
I mean, he could go right at start as well and go up, so there are options. But chances are this is probably just a single room, and he's not going to find anything here.
Most often in 1, when you find these segments, they do tend to be 1, 2, 3 rooms, rather small most of the time.
Hopefully this one is a bit more kind. Meanwhile, more blue Wizrobes. Still trying to find the Triforce on Dragondarch's side. No map, no compass. There's a compass there for Catastrophe, which is nice. I think we had 2 single rooms there. Pretty rough. Triforce found. So the question is he going to look for items in 1, or is he just going to go get that Triforce and run? He already knew where the Triforce was. It looks like he's just going to tag it and go, which means he's going to miss out on the magic key.
And at 2 keys, that would be a good pickup for him to have.
Yeah, Dragondarch sporting 7 at this point. And he's going to find level 1 here pretty quick as well, as he's just 1 screen away. This is actually good news. He hasn't gone to Death Mountain, so he's going to avoid the time investment for all of that. Also not going to use the key. I wonder if he goes right and finds that Triforce, if he just takes it and leaves.
He's taken a different path than Catastrophe did.
Yeah, I mean, there was even access to this room up here without using the key, and Catastrophe opted to not do that. So I wonder if maybe the retry is kind of pulling on him now. Then there it is.
Less exciting than I hoped it would be.
Yeah, I mean, but once again, proving single segments, single room segments happen a lot in level 1, which means our 2 item rooms are both right up here. There is the magic key. And this will be the other item, which I think we were told, but I can't
Power
remember.
bracelet.
Power bracelet, correct. Unneeded item.
Will he pick it up? Looks like he's going to.
Meanwhile, Catastrophe has made his way to level 7. We'll find that bomb upgrade, which would be nice for him. He's at no bombs, so finding that will be quite the boon if he could get there. Unfortunately, I don't know that you can. He does have a key door option, though. Yeah, at this point, I think we found the magic sword. Best case scenario, you might find a heart container. And I don't know that Dragondarch really is going to spend the time. He's already got the white sword and the red ring. Not a lot of incentive to really hunt out hearts on the overworld. That was his last level to locate. I take that back. He hasn't found 5, but he does have the hint that 5 is at the grave. So very few locations left for him to find that particular level. And then just left is 4, which is also over here, where he's going to pick up his bow and make his way then towards level 9. Also, he does have the raft, but I don't believe the raft led to anything useful.
I'm not sure I've seen either raft spot tried.
Well, Catastrophe just found it, so we'll see if he does. Again, best case scenario, I think it's a heart container or maybe a larger secret. Yeah, I thought I saw it somewhere, but I don't remember where it was either. As far as the magic sword.
Yeah, we were in there.
Again, I don't think it's going to be much of a factor at this point. Dragondarch knows where the bow is. He's just looking for the Triforce in this level, and he's going to get out of here. And only has 9 hearts, so has no ability to get it anyway.
He has white sword and red ring, which anybody who's played many seeds is usually content to have those 2 things.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Cat's doing here. He's not frozen. He does have a blinking light over the letter there, so he is going to keep going. He was typing a couple of things in the IRC. Probably feeling a little discouraged, unfortunately, after the 9-minute retry. I would be a bit frustrated too. He's had so many overworld deaths due to the Lionels and the Dark Nuts. As the Triforce here in 5 is picked up by Dragondarch with just level 4 and the bow in 4 to go before heading to level 9. So Dragondarch just making mincemeat out of this seed right now. Esperath, he is using a custom sprite set from Legacy of the Wizard that he created with Matrick. Well, not necessarily created, but ported to Zelda 1. Unfortunately, not available to the public. If you slide him 100, he might give it to you, but currently I don't believe anybody else has access to it. And Dragondarch not going to have to deal with the key issues that was going on with Catastrophe when he was here earlier, as the any key makes short work of all the key doors. Does find the Triforce up in the very tippy top left corner. Would be quite ironic if the bow were in the opposite side.
I think Catastrophe did quite a bit of this corner.
Oh, he's back in here too, isn't he? Interesting.
Yeah.
I really enjoy when all these things go wrong, everything happens, they take different paths, and it never fails, we have high fives. And thank goodness for the early ladder, because this was definitely ladder blocked.
Most definitely.
Dragondarch making good use of the wand white sword combination there. No, that was the first heart Dalphon. Catastrophe had just already picked that one up. So the bow being very, very elusive here.
Doesn't look like it's in the upper right. Looks like it's somewhere down in this lower bit.
Yeah, I would really like to see how close this would be if the retry hadn't happened, because I think Catastrophe was off to a really good start as well, and maybe even had a little bit of an advantage early on finding the white sword when he did. So,
yeah, I would argue that he did have a bit of an advantage there before he had that errant retry. And the bow was in that lower right bit of the upper segment.
Yeah, so he's going to head back to the upper left, grab his final Triforce, and make his way to level 9, which hopefully will not be too difficult, but we'll see. And he's got the recorder to boot.
Yeah, where'd he go? I guess 8 would be your closest level.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but... Did he never burn that bush and find 9? I don't know that he ever burned the
is he
forest.
still looking for 9?
Wow, so that makes a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
And the bow did get picked up by Catastrophe as well. Yeah, it was Catastrophe that burned the forest, so still looking for level 9 is Dragondarch, so he will explore all of Death Mountain and come up empty-handed.
Finds a letter if he wants to go buy a potion.
Yeah, I mean, with the red ring and a potion, you're pretty much assured to never die in level 9. Sis Crusher saying that he has 9 marked, so I'm a little confused in what he's looking for. Yes, that is correct, Dalphon. It is basically takes the place of defeating an enemy. And there have been occasions where that is actually placed into a master room where you'll pick up one rupee and it will actually destroy all the rest of them, like you're destroying the master enemy in that room.
I have not run into that myself. That would be...
It's awkward.
Yeah, I can imagine. And they do actually act as a boss enemy. So we don't call them the rupee boss out of any sort of mocking. They actually do count as a boss in the enemy table.
Yeah, and I've had that happen with Moldorms and Lenmol as well. It's really weird, and I don't know if maybe Fred's taken that out, but when you destroy a segment and it's the master segment, you're like, hold on a second, what just happened?
Oh, I've had Master Landmula in a Maelstrom race. Those are interesting because I had one once where I blew the head off of one of them, or a segment off of, and it was the master segment, and I got a fairy explosion out of it.
Yeah, yes, I've had that happen with rupees too, which is really weird.
Always fun to see. Into 9 we go. We're looking for...
the good old Moblin lag. Possible Zelda room. Well, he's probably going to clear this out.
Okay, we're looking for 2 things here. We are looking for a door that does not open when we clear the enemies. And we're listening to see if we can hear Ganon.
Yeah, makes quick work of the Patra, unfortunately. Not Zelda's room, but we'll be able to not deal with that. And then didn't actually recheck. There is a possibility that Ganon was to the room to the right, or sorry, the left, as Patra can mask the roar of Ganon as well. Quite the interesting right hands. Both sides of the dungeon are quite interesting.
Most of the holes around the edges, not too many in the middle.
Yeah, just one key here for Catastrophe, so unfortunately gonna have to really manage those to make sure that he doesn't run out in some of these dungeons. And we have a troll staircase. How fun.
Wouldn't be 9 without a troll staircase.
Dragondarch making good use of silvers on the Vire here. And another death for Catastrophe. Gonna have to restart back in the bottom corner yet again, unfortunately. Thanks, buddy.
There are a possibility of 3 hint rooms, and there are 4 possible hints in level 9. We just saw the hint for the silvers. There is also the possibility of a hint for the quadrant of Ganon's location, the quadrant for Zelda's location, and then what enemy group has the compass.
That is correct. And if you end up with a life or money room in 9, it actually removes yet another one of those hints from the table. So I think we had one race earlier where there were 2 life or money rooms in 9, leaving only 1 hint available. So this 9 is not very kind. It definitely looks like you need to take some staircases to get around. Or maybe just left from start.
Some solid walls on this construction of this one.
Oh, man. This start screen is absolutely brutal. And it's not even so much the start screen, it's just, to get out of the dead woods, you just have to deal with so many annoying enemies. Another possible Zelda room. Negative?
Nope.
So a really good strategy if you're struggling with the overworld, especially with Lionels, is to take out everything but one. As if you clear the entire screen, it will respawn, but if you only leave one, it will always keep that number on the screen, and so you only have to deal with that one particular enemy as you're making your way through. The Dragondarch will clear out this one as well, as there is the possibility. Look at that. Nice kill from the Patra.
Nope.
Yeah, another big nope.
The search for Zelda continues.
There's no such thing, unfortunately, as a world record in the randomizer. But if he finishes this up in the next 4 minutes, I think he will get the fastest time in the tournament.
Zelda could not be there. We're looking for a single shutter door. Sorry, Lizzie.
Yeah, unfortunately, in this case, the book doesn't really provide too much usefulness, especially with the way that he's been fighting Patra with the wand. He'd be face tanking a lot of fire in the process. So yeah, I mean, at this point, I think there's that one staircase that he's passed up that looks like it might be. I think it's this one right here.
This one. Yeah, I don't think he's gone down this one yet.
So, you know, gotta love it. Oh, no, he took him right up here. Okay. Maybe there was another staircase. So where to go? These are the best 9s. Just wait till the Elite 8, Franzo. We will have passed through walls. Oh, no. And so he finds the troll staircase. That's the worst.
Has he looked right from start yet?
He did. It was a maze room.
Oh, okay.
Ah, what a game. As Dracadis is saying, fake walls actually help a bit in shapes as it reduces the number of bomb walls that you need to deal with. So you actually save bombs if you try to push through the wall first instead of bombing. Meanwhile, we do have a wand pickup out of level 7 for Catastrophe. So he is making progress, but it's just, again, the unfortunate retry really seemed to throw him off his game. He had a fantastic start. Had the ladder, the silver arrows, and the white sword all by about, I don't know, it was 7 minutes. And then, you know, unfortunately had the retry. Dragondarch expertly forcing a bomb.
At least he has that map so he can't, he knows which walls he can't bomb through.
Yeah, that actually helps a lot when you know where you do and do not need to bomb. LOL Spike, this is the last race for tonight.
There we go.
Ganon found.
White sword, so it will take 8 hits to...
The next race is going to be tomorrow, or actually today. I'm sorry, be today at 6:30. Is that 6:30? Sorry, 8:30 Eastern. There is currently no channel for that yet, but it will most likely be on Speed Gaming, one of the 4 channels, or one of the Randomizer Mania channels. Again, giving him a fun pattern here. Does get the pig. goodness.
Yeah. Get your GGs out.
Good game.
Dragondarch finishes in 1 hour 5 seconds. And Catastrophe has forfeited.
Yeah, I can't say that I blame him. He was sticking it out just to see what happened, but kind of unfortunately the retry did occur. He's actually said in IRC his PB is 103, so it looks like he has really been putting in time to these. So that's good to know. Again, he's somebody to look out for. He'll be a very difficult person to beat.
And we have a Dragondarch.
Hello, hello.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
So pretty easy seed overall. Free ladder, pretty easy red ring, silver arrows, white sword, bow hint.
I know, right?
Who rolled the seed? I want them to roll mine next week.
That was me. I would have taken that seed yesterday myself.
I will take seeds like this every day, all day.
Yeah, I mean, what are your overall thoughts?
Outside of 9 having find the bomb hole and completely forgetting that I found 9, I just forgot to mark it. Other than that, it was just pretty straightforward. Just got lucky finding the ladder very early. Just dumb luck, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Catastrophe was actually kind of ahead of you a bit. He made his way over to the east first. Hadn't found a sword, but found the silver arrows and actually bought a candle at the Armos there north of 8, just as you did, and got in and found the white sword right away. It was about 7 minutes in. Died, bombed at the start screen, found a money-making game, and lost, and thought that he had saved, and unfortunately hit retry and lost all of his progress, and then, probably a little bit of a tilt factor there. Just kept dying over and over again to the overworld with the Dark Nut and the Lionel screen basically everywhere. Just having a little bit of difficulty getting navigated back over there.
Right.
So yeah, this had real potential to be a close race. Catastrophe, I don't know if you remember him or not, how long you've been around, but he back in the Pandemonium days. Has been, was a fantastic top tier runner back then. And it's been a couple of years since we've seen him around, but it definitely seems like he has got his stuff together.
Hello?
Hello, Catastrophe.
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my friend.
Such a shame.
What happened? Yeah, thank you. Sub 1 hour, though. Wow, I don't know if I could have done that even if everything went well. That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, so now that we've got you in here, which is awesome, it's been a couple of years since we've seen you around.
Yes.
It's awesome to see you back. And I guess my question for you is how much do you like Randomizer now with all the new stuff? Because I don't know how much you've been playing
actually,
in the interim.
It's funny you ask, because I saw the last Zelda Randomizer tournament with Blackout.
Oh,
and I'm
man,
like,
yeah.
oh no, I don't want to play Blackout, like ever. And then I saw Shapes, and I'm like, okay, I like Shapes. And then I saw the last tournament, which was Randomizer %, and I think that was like 50% chance Ganon's not required, and like 50% chance like the whole Triforce isn't required.
Uh-huh.
But wasn't that just like too much of a gamble? So I'm like, nah, I don't like these new seeds. But then I was watching Link to the Past Randomizer, and there was a showcase race that was basically advertising this tournament. And I'm like, oh, those flags look awesome. I'm in for this. So I signed up just 4 days ago. And, started practicing. And, yeah, these flags are awesome, yeah. But, yeah, no, the randomizer has changed a lot. And, yeah.
So you've only been practicing for about 4 days?
Yeah. I did 2 runs a day. I mean, whenever the last race, maybe a week, Yeah, no, a week. It was. I'm sorry. It was 4 days before the signups. So the cutoff to sign up for the tournament, I signed up 4 days before that. So it's probably been a week. Yeah.
So yeah, about Halloween.
Yeah.
And you were saying your PB is a 103, so I mean, that's really good, man.
Well, that was also an insane seed. So my PB, unfortunately, I wasn't even streaming it, but I started off and I went straight into level 8. Just the first dungeon I found was 8, no big deal. And I found, what was it? I found red ring and white sword, and they were just in easily clippable staircases. And I'm like, wow. And then I just go moded every other dungeon, and it worked out. I'm like, wow, I'll never have this luck ever again.
Yeah, it's always great when you do early exploration into a dungeon with no sword and just find some really good stuff to go with it.
Yeah. But of course, if that was the best of all my practice seeds, what else went wrong? Yeah, I've had find the bomb hole a few times. I know some people don't like shapes, probably because of find the bomb hole, but I like it even when find the bomb hole happens. My worst was probably 2 hours, 10 minutes, I think, where I had a bow in 6 and I checked every other dungeon except 6. And then when I finally did get to 6, find the bomb hole happened. I'm like, yep, I've seen this happen. But I think it's still fun, yeah.
Most of us don't like Find the Bomb Hole, but for some reason it remains Hyrule's favorite game show.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
So, quick spoiler on 9, since I don't know if you saw 9. 9 was Find the Bomb Hole.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I found 2 warps. One was a troll staircase. The other one just brought me a little ways away, and Ganon was behind the bomb hole, and Zelda was in the next room.
Oh, man. Ooh. That also has the potential to be quick, though. If you just randomly stumble upon it, you're like, I don't want to fight these Wizrobes, and you throw a bomb, and you just walk through, and you're like, I beat 9 in 12 rooms.
Would have been 7 rooms if I'd known where the bomb was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Would have been 7 rooms? Yeah, wow, yeah. That's one of the cool things about... That's one of the cool things about Zelda 1 Randomizer is level 9 is such an equalizer, and if that happens and you're behind, you can be like, I just got lucky in 9. And then you might not even know it's a troll 9. Like I said, if you just beat it in 7 rooms, you could get lucky, yeah.
Yeah, you could find that bomb hole relatively quickly and be through that level in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then you dot done, and then you look at the restream, you're like, my opponent was in there for 15 minutes. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm lucky I did that,
Yeah, we had a seed like that in 9 last week, where it was an average between 20 minutes to an hour and a half for 9.
Wow.
Unfortunately, in that showcase race, I spent I think I retimed it. It was about 9 minutes I spent extra looking for Zelda when I could have taken a stairway right by Ganon and been to her room so quickly.
But yeah, again, man, it's nice to see you back. I'm glad you signed up.
Thank you.
I keep telling everybody to look out for you. You're going to be somebody to deal with in the later rounds.
Thanks.
Because again, I remember playing with you when I first started, and
it was a while ago.
Top tier, so it'll be nice.
I was actually practicing Link to the Past Randomizer.
I'm so sorry.
And I was watching the tournament, and then when I saw this tournament being advertised and I saw the flags, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm interested. Let's do this. I started playing now, and I'm like, well, my execution's better because I was practicing Link to the Past. So I think before screen scrolls and block clips, I would have to actually sit there and stare at the screen really hard. Now I can just kind of do them, and I'm not as afraid of dark nuts unless they appear on the overworld in every screen. Oh,
yeah, that's probably the hardest thing of these flags is that, and unfortunately, Lionel's with dark nuts is one of the worst combinations, just because. Oh yeah,
it's one thing. Oh yeah, it's one thing to get the overworld and underworld enemies shuffled. That's a new change I like. But what seems to have happened with this seed in particular, so level 8 had all the good stuff in it, and that was on the right side of the map. We probably both found that in 5 minutes. But our start screen was way on the bottom left. So when I had to go do level 8 twice, I had a hard time getting over there. Because the overworld monsters shuffled. There were dark nuts and Lionels on every screen.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that you didn't do a world wrap.
I actually... the stepladder was in 2, and I had it, but I lost it, but I could have re-got it. Oh.
Yeah, I actually didn't
Yeah,
even get
I
over
could have done a world wrap right to what was the item? The wand? Oh no, a heart container.
Heart container.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I just didn't think of it.
As long as it isn't the book on there.
Oh no, because you can't pick up the book by accident, then you'll burn yourself.
But I actually didn't find 8. Like, I didn't get over to the east side for a little while. I ended up, what I did is I went up by 1 and then went over towards the grave to check those ones, and then world wrapped over to the right side.
Oh, that's efficient. Yeah, you know, I might have to reconsider my routing with the world wrap, but yet you have to find the step ladder. But my strategy is generally head to the top right because there's 2 Armos items and a bunch of open caves. And I never found the wooden sword. I just took the white sword in level 8 and ran with that.
Wooden sword was up 1 screen east of level 5.
Oh, really? That's funny because I actually got the Triforce at 5.
Well,
1 screen
sorry,
east.
1 screen east of vanilla level 5.
Oh, yeah, no, I never got there. Yeah.
I only went up there because there was a take any road. It was like the second exit for the take any road, and I'm like, well, I'm right next to it. I'll check the cave while I'm here. And
oh yeah. So how about that? Those check any roads being on the right side of the map, while our start screen is on the left side of the map.
Except the third one, which was at Quarter Lake.
It was at the Quarter Lake. That was one of the things. If I had done the retry, but somehow kept the take any roads, that would have been great. I would have been fine because when you do those take any roads, they stay open forever. Yeah. So then I could have just walked back up to the lake, you know, jumped in the staircase, and actually been one map away from level 8. Yeah. But no.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job to you though, man. Because I get even if I didn't mess up the beginning and restart myself, I don't think I could have beat this in an hour. That was you were almost sub-hour, right?
It would have been sub-hour if I didn't realize I'd already found 9 and didn't spend like 5 minutes searching Death Mountain.
Wow, yeah. That's got to be up there with the fastest times for the seed. Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, it's funny. So I should tell you this. So right when the funny story about you actually, when Jay Coper, when the seeds, the first round pairings were announced. Jay Coper immediately did a stream where he like scrolled through everybody. He's like, oh, this matchup, A versus B, A versus B. And he knows the community so well. He had something to say about everybody. When he got to our matchup, he was like, oh, Dragondarch, he's really good at everything. He's got world record times in some games. He plays a lot of speedruns. He's a really good opponent. And then Catastrophe, I played with him years ago. And he went back and he's like, Catastrophe's last Zelda hacks race was 2 years ago? And then he lost to me by 5 seconds. And so I'm like, oh, I should go see what Dragondarch is doing. And I was going to message you to set up our match time. And at the exact same time this was going on, you were actually playing Chrysalis on RPG Limit Break. Yeah. And I tuned in right at the end of your Chrysalis run. And your time there was also... This is what makes it extra funny. It was like 1 hour and 30 seconds or something, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's making a big deal about how sub-hour in that game is amazing, and you've got the world record, and you've only done it twice. And I'm like, oh no, this is my first round opponent. Panic. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I'm better at Chrysalis than I am at Zelda.
Oh, you must be amazing, Chrysalis. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, for those in the 0-1 pool, here's someone to look out for.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think you're going to make the bracket round. So, yeah, I think that probably wraps us up for here. Again, we don't have any more races until tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time, and we don't have any channels for those yet. But you could check the link for the schedule and find out where those are going to be. Anything else, Toaster?
Kind of look, see what else is here on Speed Gaming. 6 p.m. tomorrow night, Link to the Past Randomizer, and then Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, be sure to catch those. Thanks again to Feasel for restreaming tonight and his family of speed gaming channels. He covers a lot for us, so that's awesome. And thanks to the Alan Heffley behind the scenes doing the tracking for us, so that we didn't have to deal with that.
Thank you very much.
I think that's all for us. Again, congratulations, Dragondarch. Catastrophe, look forward to seeing you in some future races. I think that'll be all for us. Thanks again, Toaster, for co-casting with me, and we'll see y'all later.
Take care. Good night.
Good night.
All right, everyone.